Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Ostriv, where some time has passed in our village as I've been getting basic needs out of the way, and now we are good to go. Good to see you all back as it is now December 1725. We have 2 farms up and running, and lots of people here to work them. We have a few people who are looking for more food variety, but it seems like those problems are being solved as more marketplaces are nearby. Welcome back to all of you. Thank you very much for clicking and tapping that like button and blowing it up here as we're continuing more Ostriv. This game, again, available on Steam as we're in our, 4th episode now, so you haven't missed out on much, except for me adding a lot of little details here to the city and completing basic buildings in the meantime, doing a lot of things that I know will eventually need to be done and making good use of time. Though it looks like a lot of time has passed, not really much has happened here as I've been building homes for all these families, and of course most of these homes are basically just dedicated to farming. In fact, all this area right here is pretty much working on planting crops and doing all that sort of stuff. We have crops ready for rotation in the next few years, and we're preparing for cash crops as Raptor again has entered bankruptcy. Yes, that's right. Well, we're about 500 coin in the hole, but really the news is quite good as we have about almost 2,000 sunflower oil waiting for us. As soon as somebody wants to trade that with us, we are good to go. I have 2 oil workshops here pumping out the oil, and been adding a lot of neat little details to everything. This, of course, will be our industrial area, and we're doing layouts for future buildings, such as we have ourselves a horse stable and a wagon shed here for eventual trade and transport of more heavy goods. There's also some good area up here for us to add to our farm fields. We have a wheat field here, and I probably should have built the farm a little north, so that way it could be in the center of everything, but that's okay. We'll add some more wheat fields here, and then eventually start doing some cattle and other things there, as well as chicken coops and pigsties and much, much more. In fact, maybe this land down here would be good for some of the piggies and some other stuff too. One cool thing I wanted to do in my city was add a bridge that goes across to our eventual chapel here. You can see 2 more people have died of old age since our previous episode. Now we're building some more homes too as I'm trying to get more and more and more workers here to fill all the jobs. As you can see down here, we've got a lot of the guys here. Actually, we can close these for the winter. I always forget to reopen them, actually, in all honesty. But we've basically got a couple of fishing docks going, and those are going quite well. And I'm just trying to get all of our jobs fulfilled before I do much, much more in this game. Of course, it's much more important to have labor than it is industry, because you can build 1,000 factories or 1,000 workshops in this game, but if you don't have anybody working for you, it's basically 0. Also, we've added a few more tree nurseries over here too, and everybody's doing a good job. We don't really have much of a need for too much more wood at the moment, except for just bringing in more firewood and stuff. It looks like actually most of the wood's being gobbled up for logging right now, or for home building, so the logging is definitely needed as we completed a few more things. And you can see we've got just some nice little areas here, look over the city and the beautiful landscape there. This is going to look really nice. I'm going to have a little bridge that goes across there, and that's going to look really cool when I build the chapel up here. I'm actually going to build a church in this large area at some point too, so that's why I've left this large area open, and we'll plop it down, see if we can construct it and figure out what else is needed. We're going to have stone mining going on very soon, and that'll be a necessary thing, as well as all these other workshops too. There again are so many different workshops we have to get working on, like limestone and leather and tanning and stuff like that. So that's probably going to take place all down here. We'll kind of keep it maybe over on this side of the world map. And I also have yet to expand over to this side as well. But I think I'm going to do more housing here. See if we can get some huses over here. More fishing docks and homes here. And then bring all that stuff into town there. And then, of course, on the outside will be our extra farm. So if you've ever seen villages like this before, usually there's some dense villages here with tons of farmland all around. And that's probably what we're going to end up doing here, is filling this all in with farmland, livestock, cattle, etc., etc., and then more homes here with more farms on this side too. So we'll be flanked from either side, so that way they can be close to the source. And I've been trying to avoid suburbia as much as possible, but it's almost inevitable as some people need to be close to their jobs. I don't want people to have to walk too far to work, especially since a lot of these jobs are very critical. Food, of course, being one of them. So, all right. Well, things are going on quite nicely. We've added a lot of extra little cart parking areas here too. And eventually we'll have some wagons, but wagons won't be really useful until we're transporting heavy goods like stone and things like that need to be transported in large quantities. And we're also building some additional homes here next to the very busy highway that leads to the fishing docks down there. A lot of people coming back and forth from the fishing docks. And of course, eventually we'll start preparing windmills so that way we can make flour. And then, of course, flour just being provided to the homes, they can cook bread themselves. So that's going to be quite nice. Oh, I see some people. Annoying. I hate this in Ostriv when they'll go all the way around. I want them going this way, back through the town to go that way. But I guess I'll have to make some sort of a passageway for them to go through over here or something. Maybe I can make a little gate for them to go through here to this other side so that way they can... Yeah, actually, might be quite nice. Let's try that. Make a shortcut here. See if people will come through. Actually, you know what? I got to put that arch down first, don't I? Let's see. A small arch should do us just fine. I believe this is the Archbishop. There we go. And then let's go ahead and put down a fence that goes this way. There we go. That's going to be cool. So when people walk through, they'll just walk through this way. And that'll be quite nice. Cool. So it's like a little bit of a park that also has the mills there. It's a very peaceful place, I think. Not really noisy at all, except for the creaking of the mills whenever they're active. But they haven't been yet, since we have yet to do our first wheat harvest for the next year. Right now I'm growing sunflowers next year. So that way we can maximize our production for profits and get that money back up, which isn't too much of a problem at the moment. Back in these days, in the 1700s, everybody was poor, and so if you couldn't pay with cash, you would pay with services or trade goods, or really do anything you could to try to get something done, to get something for trading something for something that way. All right, let's go ahead and add ourselves a little... I want to make like a little area there. Cool. So put some bushes or something in. I get all these little ideas to make the city look a little nicer time after time. Add maybe a birch tree in there, and we'll be good. Cool. All right. Well, that'll look nice. And then, of course, we'll have our bridge over to the chapel, and I'll try to make that nice and decorative as well. Got a lot of buildings on hold, including that said bridge, but right now, the #1 priority is getting labor in here, so that way these error messages keep going away. I say error messages, but it's people wanting more food variety. These people, for example, have buckwheat and potato, but they want a third source of food, which is the fish, but that's kind of, you know, out of season, so there's not much we can do in order to provide them with what they want at the moment. I've also built some little market stalls wherever I can. In this game, building one large market, as I tried to do here, is not ever going to ever work, because they have to walk too far. But what you do want to do is make little market stalls here and there, so I've set them up in little cozy corners of the town, and allow people to buy goods as they're going to and from work, or wherever. Also, there's some weird lines coming out of the forestry building here, and going to these birch trees here. I don't know exactly why. I don't know why they're trying to... I don't think they're trying to cut those down, but whatever. Anyway, more home construction. We've got our third home here, or rather one of 3 homes here that are now down by the river. And then I think what I'll do is maybe move the thatchery to a different place. Maybe we could put it over here by the fishing docks, and then make this area all for homes. So that way, yeah, there's quite a bit of space here. We can take advantage of all of that in order to really bring in more people. Remember, these homes are not very large either, so at the most we get 2 people, a man and a woman, to work for the, you know, maybe like one works at the farm, the other one works down at the fishing docks. And then the children, they need to grow up before they actually have any sort of job. I don't think they can do anything in Ostriv. So basically what they do is hang around until they're old enough and then move into their own home once they're ready and start their own family. Okay, more buildings ready to construct. Let's take a look here at what we've got for supplies sitting around. We got 2,600 on the sunflower oil. I'm going to try to get rich in the oil business right there. And, of course, we got some more farm fields. Next year, that'll be fallow and whatnot. Seems to be pretty good. Let me just do a quick check and see if everything's looking good. Yep, that field actually should be maybe potatoes again next year. Let's go ahead and make a potato field. This should be a buckwheat field. That won't be as plentiful, but it'll be all right. Sunflower seeds again for profits. Let's see. Another fallow field, that seems about right. And then sunflower. Good. We'll need to get on wheat as soon as possible, but for now, we're just going to keep our people content with buckwheat, potato, and fish, and then eventually get things like wheat so we can make flour, so we can make bread, and then go on to other more advanced things such as meats and whatnot. Right now, everyone's a vegetarian. We will have to grow hemp in the future, too, so we can get some clothing, but we'll probably make one more farm that'll specialize in some more cash crops, things like sunflowers and hemp, so that way we can make money and clothing. Probably expand this farm by 2 more fields here, and then build another farm north of that. That probably goes this way. In fact, we'll make a gap here, put a farm here, so that way it can farm up that way. Trying to tuck whatever we can and wherever we can, so it's working quite good. Construction crews are having to come quite far now. Let's go ahead and add to our construction team. Now that we don't really have a fishing team anymore, they won't be able to really fish until maybe May, March, April, May, maybe? We'll see. Little graveyard there. Looks nice. Looks like a good spot for that. We can actually make a nice little graveyard out of these fences. That'll look nice. More of a chapel than a graveyard, but definitely kind of the same, one and the same here. There we go. We'll try to make something nice here for our deceased citizens who shan't be forgot. F's down below in the comments section. Thank you. There we go. Oh, that'll look nice. Then we'll add some more graves here, and then we'll put some trees and stuff around. So let's add some cottonwood trees, maybe. That should look nice. Add some, let's see, add a few ash trees maybe near the chapel itself. Wish we had apple trees or something like that to really add some more variety here, but I think we're okay with what we've got. Oh, looks like families are settling in the town. Good, we got new people moving in. Means we're giving them almost all, or maybe everything that they need. So that's definitely a welcome sight. And this will look much nicer in the springtime. Believe you me. Let's go with some, maybe some benches here. There we go. A bench will be just fine. Okay, so home construction is more important at the moment. You can see people coming through to plant some trees. And home construction is taking place now. I guess we'll get these longest, furthest houses out of the way first, since space is kind of limited. After that, it's just a straight up line there. And then, of course, we'll start our church construction, which we can't do until we've unlocked things like stone. And that'll take a little bit. Ah, here comes a new family. They're getting Ubered in. There they go. Wonderful. They've moved now here. Say hello to the Polyank family. Wonder if they're related to, what's his name? Weird Al Yankovic, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so another home being constructed. I really want to construct that bridge, but we'll do that after the chapel is complete as well. Actually, maybe we'll do the bridge first. So we'll have all the homes complete, then let's do ourselves a bridge, this bridge. Let's go for the homes first. Boom. And then I think they'll construct everything in order. So first do the homes, then the bridge, and then the chapel. Luckily, the graveyards are pretty much immediate. Alright, more construction taking place, and we have a visitor visiting that is buying flour, clothes, and textile. Nothing great so far. Iron, I think we're good on. So let's go ahead and take a peek here at what we've got for iron. We have over 3,000 in storage, so that's going to be just fine. We are just fine on that. Another home complete. Great. Speeding up time now with all these construction crews for the winter. Winter, of course, is the greatest time to do construction. And I'm going to end up building another market here, too. So really, we'll have markets all over the map and should be able to provide people with food immediately as soon as we have variety available. Luckily, everybody's not starving, but they are just a little unhappy because they only have buckwheat and potatoes. Sounds very boring. Imagine taking, like, cereal and eggs. Those are the only two things you have. A little boring after a while. A little boring. Okay, let's see if there's anything else on the list. Just textile. Clothes, flour. Textile, of course, is before clothing, made from hemp. But I don't know if we can make other things out of textile, too. Like, I know we can make shoes in the game through leather, but I don't know if we can make, like, leather clothing. Like, for example, maybe like a vest or gloves or something like that in the future. It'd be kind of cool to see that. All right, one more home coming in the corner, and then it is time for homes on Main Street. Coming right down here to the old mill. And we'll have our bridge going over this way, too, so that'll be nice. Another family settling into town, and look at our workers go. Plenty of construction crew bringing over all the materials, plenty of crates, plenty of carts, and plenty of people to transport them across the map. Lumber being delivered now for construction of the walls. And, of course, the foundation, too. And there's the nails, and there's the clay. Oh, that is so good. Everybody's doing a great job of bringing stuff over right away. Love it. Okay. We have an area here to get to the lower parts of the neighborhood, and then, of course, everybody can walk up there. Probably end up making a road here, too, so that way we can fill this with plants and make it look nice. Not really an area that we would have a house or any sort of business. It's kind of just rocky. We could probably put something there. We'll figure it out eventually. All right, here comes the horse with another family. And on their way to the third house. Nope, second house. And that is the Buliavin family. with a child as well. Excellent. 19 and 25. Nice, nice. Unemployed for the lady, but she will have a job as soon as we open all those markets, or she just hasn't found one for the time being. February 1726. We've not really gone that far into this game yet. It's, I believe we started in 1721, so within 5 years, this village has become actually quite a large village, I must say. It looks very advanced. Can't wait to clear up all those food issues. Again, they're not starving. It's just the variety that they want more of. Wow, very... Was this like a secret, like, dealer's meeting or something? What are you guys doing? You selling nails on the black market here? Or maybe you're selling iron ore on the black market. Get it? Blacksmith? Okay. Alright, so we've got 3 buildings here. Almost done. Oh, here we go. Here's the Amish paradise again. I love watching the construction in Ostriv. Isn't it beautiful? It's like me. No, I'm just lying. Okay, we've got ourselves the frames up. Then there comes the hearth. The walls. Then eventually the roof. And the thatch, which goes on top. And then another family will move right in. Beautiful. Alright, before we go on to those homes, I can't wait anymore. I want to go ahead and see the wood bridge and chapel get constructed. We're in spring now, so construction's going to slow down a little bit as I need to return people back to fishing. And it seems like they are permitted to return to fishing, so we'll go ahead and open up all those slots again. And we'll turn off the builders for now, or at least turn it down to 2. There we go. Oop, there we go. Perfect. And now we have some extra people in town too, so most jobs should be fulfilled. And hopefully we don't have a shortage of building materials anymore. Looks like we got a good amount of firewood. Let's go ahead and reduce back to 2. And they'll be able to get us the rest of the materials, I'm sure. Alright, the Big O Bridge construction to the other side is going to take place now. Right over here. And they're bringing all the materials. This is going to be a really cool looking thing. I'm going to like that. Like a little overpass over this ravine. Kind of cool. Alright. Then we can extend a fence down here and build a... I really wish I could do an apple orchard. Something in order to give the people a little extra boost. Things like apple pies and whatnot. But that might not be a thing in this world. I don't know exactly what desserts are from. If you're from the Eastern countries, too, by the way, Eastern Europe, let me know what some of your favorite treats are down below in the comment section. Or if you have a grandparent or someone in your family who used to make you or currently makes you or told you about something or whatever, like, tasty dish you like. I prefer desserts. But let me know what you think and what you like the most. Of course, mine would be probably pierogies and kielbasa and other things like that. So good. I love it. Adding some little trees down here for separation between the church and the small neighborhood here. And we'll throw down some more dog rose bushes too, just for variety. Now you can really see the town coming together as we're adding a lot of neat little buildings and decorations to things. I'm going to add a few birch trees down here. There we go. Another family getting ready to move in. And the bridge construction is initiated. It looks like they are doing this in small little waves. Construction is currently in progress, so they must have all the materials they need there. Looks like they're setting up the pillars first. That is so cool. Love it. Alright, we'll see that completed shortly. Then the chapel, and then the remaining homes for the rest of the year. Building is taking a little longer, but at least we've got all of our main stuff completed. More of the main priorities, which is planting. And we have ourselves another visitor. Sunflower oil we can sell, finally! 360 per deal. Excellent. Now, we'll be able to sell other things eventually. We'll start unlocking those. That'll help us to creep out of debt a little bit, since I have so much sitting here. We'll have 2,600 ready to go. So 600 left over. And it looks like our guys are making, probably going to make some more for the end of the year. I've got one at each building for now. And we can double production if needed by adding 2 more people to each of the individual buildings, giving us a total of 4 people working there, which will definitely increase production. The other thing about Ostriv is that you want to make sure that you're adding a sort of a variety. So we'll eventually have to start selling other things like sunflowers themselves. However, we don't have any, since they've all been used for the production of sunflower oil. Well, we have 46, but basically 0 is what we have here. So we can get rid of these 2 guys until the harvest. So let's go ahead and get them on other jobs. Maybe we'll put them on construction, or actually maybe they'll go work at the fishing docks. And of course, we'll need to buy salt at some point so we can reserve fish. That'll be good. Alright, I think the wagon must have come over to buy sunflower oil. He must have already been here because we're down to 600 and something. Weren't we at like 1,200 or so? Oh no, the wagon still has to show up. Good. Well, we'll be basically right on the edge of debt again. But, you know, in 1720s, that's exactly... So if you owned a wooden spoon, you were probably $3 billion in debt already. Anyway, everyone was just broke. But, luckily, we have plenty of things being produced now. The next biggest thing in the game is to produce chicken eggs, and we'll be able to do that too in terms of money. But it seems like everybody's really requiring clothing next too. So I'll try to make hemp, and we'll try to make chickens at some point as well. In order to buy chickens, we're going to need to get out of this debt, though. So we're going to continue to do farming, because we'll be able to do it with our labor force. So I'll probably switch some of these fields to hemp next and start doing textiles. So we'll probably put a clothing building or something around here. Actually, it might be a good spot right over here next to the horse shed and the wagons and stuff. We'll start building some textile mills here, a weaver and a tailor, so that way they can work together, and the farm will be relatively close by. They'll be able to walk through here, and you'll see all the roads and stuff develop. In Ostriv, you kind of got to picture it by closing your eyes and just believing. All you have to do is believe. Half of Ostriv is just believing. That's all you got to do. Did that wagon ever come over? I've got people working here. A full crew. Oh, it's taking a very long time to come through. Oh, boy. Did I accidentally order something? I see 2 wagons coming through. I must have accidentally clicked on something. I hope not. Well, we'll see. If anything, at least we'll end up with something that we'll be able to use. Even if it puts me into debt. We'll figure out something. Alright, this bridge is almost constructed here. We just need 100 extra nails. They're just delivering the materials now. We should have the nails in storage. We have 750 nails in storage and another 4,800 wood at the lumber mill, so it's just being shipped over here. There they go. Oh, that's exactly what we need. Additional resources required 100, 1,200. It looks like we're actually... Is it 500 and then another 24,000? Maybe. How much is sitting at the 4,200? Let's increase the number of workers here at the forestry building. See if they'll even themselves out. Is that Bob Ross? Hi, Bob. Oh, good. The fishing docks are pretty much full. But that's why we're building more houses now. Wow, people are going a long way to sit on that bench. There are plenty of benches here, folks. I better add some more. People surely like their benches. There we go. I guess they want to go be close to loved ones, I guess. There we go. Okay, so we just need another 13. Okay. Oh, 11,000 plus 100 nails. All right, we have that in storage. It just needs to be transferred now by the appropriate workers. Let's hire some more ladies to work at the warehouse then. They can transport that stuff. No problem. And it looks like the farms are ready to go. They're planting crops for the year. We have potato, buckwheat, another field just growing, another sunflower field, and three in total sunflower fields. So that's good. We'll be able to make oil year round. Looks like we're getting that money. I see we've completed some trades over there. Good. Beautiful. Looks like the food variety problem is starting to be resolved. We're just waiting for more marketplaces to sell goods. We can sell one over here. We'll go with buckwheat, fish, potato, and firewood. Is this game alphabetical? It looks to be. Cool. Alright, so that'll make things a little bit easier. And we have another post down here to sell things. So let's get another worker ready to go. Let's go ahead and sell buckwheat, potato, firewood, and fish. Good. Alright, that'll help to distribute the food and solve any sort of distribution problems that we have. So right now, this is kind of more of a monument right now, so kind of a waste of materials, but I just want to see it for my own self-satisfaction, and we'll get the rest of these homes done on my time whenever I have some more time. Good. Okay. Ah, that music is so lovely. 2 men assigned to the construction here, requiring additional 8,100. Smithy's working at full capacity. And do we have a full... nope, no full squad of construction yet. Let's move at absolute maximum speed now. I want to see exactly if we can get that bridge and chapel done before we're done here. Just because I want to have something to look at while we're also building the city. That's going to be really... That's just going to be beautiful. Oh, you know, we should actually build like a little archway here, too. Let's go ahead and see if we can add one of those to the end. Oh, looks like we can't. It needs to be unoccupied. Okay. I hope they can build the bridge. But they probably can't until there's all the materials delivered. Good, only 5,000 wood remains. So everybody's working on delivering that. And we've got more than enough as needed at the forestry building. Beautiful. Alright, bridge construction and chapel are next. Chapel's in the queue with 2,000 wood and 40 nails. That's not bad. Very nice. Let's go ahead and add some nice little decorations to it. Beautiful. There we go. I think that's going to look really nice. We'll add additional gravestones if we need to, go in this direction and that direction slightly. Perfect. So home construction is much faster because it takes a bigger variety of materials. So when we build our next bridge, we're certainly going to have to make sure we got all the materials ready ahead of time. Looks like these guys want to buy a potato. I need that for my own purposes. Iron we're good on. Cows and such we're not ready for. So that's just fine. And we can get more people here working so we can have more people assigned soon. How do we do on the... I can usually tell how we're doing economy-wise by just looking at the vacant jobs. But we can also check population to work and wealth distribution. We're going to need housing available. We have 58 adults, 54 of which are working, so that just means we have a few elderly. And unemployment is 3% men, 3% women. So I guess there's just a few people who could use a job. So we just need to keep improving that population over time. I just want to see this thing get constructed. Looks like we have everything we need now. All resources are collected. So let's go ahead and see our building crews throw this together. And the big bridge of Raptoria begins building. The bastion to our Bastille is bearing down, and it's the best and brightest builders who've been behooved upon. I don't know, I'm out of bees. Speaking of bees, I'd like to see that in the game. Beehives, candle making, honey. Of course, honey's already in the game, but eventually we'll be able to take beeswax and such and make, well, we'll be able to mine it, and we'll be able to make our own. That'll be cool. Alright, this is just lovely to watch right now. This is like watching Bob Vila on this old village. Look at that. Wow, these champions bringing out these support beams like that. Absolute beasts carrying it all the way down to the end. I like this bridge. It's not too long, but it does look... It is big, but it's not super crazy. Like me. Alright, some more support beams. Or railings, I guess. Alright, looks like 4 more here on the sides. And we're to the other side. Couple more. There we go. Now the floor pieces. Yep. And then finally the railing. And then they should be able to make the off-ramp part of it. So now it should be like this on the other side. Wow, that's amazing. That looks so cool. I hope people can walk under there. Just a few more to go. Wow, these 2 builders alone have just knocked it out of the park. This has been my most exciting thing to watch. I'm glad you were here, too, to watch. Okay, just the little ramp there. And that's it. The bridge is complete. Beautiful. That is awesome. Okay, now we'll just build a little chapel now. Gonna go to... Wait, how's that sound go? Go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. Let's go into... Oh, copyright. Sorry, Susan. Alright, let's go ahead and add a couple more builders. I want to see this get done ASAP. Especially since it's the middle of the year, I want our people to be able to celebrate a large, momentous occasion. There we go. Materials are being delivered to the chapel. So just 1,000 wood needs to be delivered. I think the door is right here, so it should be okay to have that bench there. Wow, a lot of people like to come... Oh, people. Don't do this now. Take the bridge. Take the bridge, please. I built this super cool. Please. Don't do this to me. We built this bridge for a reason. We built this bridge on rock and roll, please. Oh, okay. There is a way to probably stop them from going up there. I wish it was like Foundation where you could tell them no. But the other thing I could probably do is make some sort of a block underneath. But I don't think I can build fences underneath. No, it's occupied. Okay. Well, yeah, there you go. You dumped a ton of resources into building a bridge that people want to walk around. Going down, and then across. Ah, but the chapel is done. Good. No chaplain or anything like that, but it's all good. Alright, on to the other homes now. These are probably going to be very fast. Because they've got, one, they're closer to town, and two, the materials are pretty much already stored. They just need to be brought over. Wow, we have 1,000 nails already stored. They just need to go to the clay pit. I should probably build another clay pit somewhere near this other bridge or something like that, just so we can provide materials closer. Chicken, eggs, and wheat, these guys are buying. Salt, horse. Yeah, don't need any of that stuff just yet. Let me build another thingy down here, though. Maybe another clay pit? Where should I build that? I kind of want to build it here, but I don't want to block any fishing areas or whatnot. We could build it over here, maybe. Oh yeah, down by the docks, maybe. But it's already close enough, I guess. It's alright. The only thing that really takes a lot of clay is some of these houses, and of course these big buildings like town halls and stuff. Everything else is mostly wood, which is totally fine. I am so annoyed by those people. Wait a minute, what if I did this? I have to, like, force them to use the bridge. Will that work? Oh, Well, whatever. Okay, new families are settling in the homes along the main route, though, so that's good. Beautiful. That is absolutely wonderful. All right, we're going to work on food variety now that we've got more people moving into town. We're going to switch over to building the farms bigger, so I'm going to continue what I did before by just basically adding more homes, then adding more farms, and then eventually we'll get on to livestock and things like that. So thanks for joining me here, everybody. If you have any ideas what I could do to force everyone to take the bridge, let me know. Oh, it seems like they walk under the bridge. Did you see that? Some people even went under. Crazy. Whatever. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. I guess it's just a visual thing. So I hope to see you soon. Thanks for smashing a like. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for clicking the tab on that join button. And I'll see you all next time. Welcome to all the new members this week.